So I've had a few more questions be asked. I'm gonna try to answer some. I've got one person asking what my hobbies are apart from being a mom, like when I'm not consumed by my job of motherhood and wife, what my hobbies are. And I feel like I'm gonna disappoint you guys because I'm just such a boring person. Like I don't really have any hobbies. I like to work out, but I don't take much time to do that because I kind of squeeze it in the middle of my day. I love to hang out with my friends. Like I'll get girls' nights together every now and then, and we usually go eat somewhere or hang out at one of our friends' house after bedtime and just stay up late chatting with a glass of wine. I love dancing, but I don't get to really go out and dance ever. Sometimes we dance as a family at home, but it's usually more playful and fun than serious, which is fine. But my husband and I will like make the kids sit down and we'll dance a little bit, just us. But it's not like, you know, how it used to be where you can like go out and dance till 2 in the morning and just have a blast doing that. And when I say dance, I mean, I love all dancing, but particularly salsa, Spanish dancing. So that's what we do sometimes at home. And I don't know. I mean, really, I guess what would really reveal what you like to do with your spare time is what you do after bedtime. And honestly, I don't do that much. I just take a shower, lay down, and look at Pinterest recipes. If my husband's looking at guitar stuff or woodworking stuff, I'll sit next to him and I'll look at recipes or something that maybe I've heard about and wanted to look up and read on. But for the most part, we just hang out and we'll like watch something together or talk. Last night we just talked all night. We didn't do anything media. We came to the kitchen and made a snack, and then we went back to the bedroom and ate and talked about investments and our future plans and stuff like that. So it was fun. But you know, it's kind of, I do try to mix it up. Well, that's more husband time, but alone time, I don't know, man. I don't really get alone time. Isn't that crazy? The only times I'm alone is if I'm running errands by myself, and it's usually business because I've got to grocery shop or get something done. I do desire to like go to the store just for fun shopping by myself sometimes. But especially when it's food truck season, I don't do that because I already leave my husband 2 to 3 times a week for food truck shifts, and I would feel bad being like, now can I leave again? But this time it's to go do this, you know. I would rather just keep it limited to what I have to do. I usually get to go out and do more things when it's not food truck season. And that's mainly me. That's not him telling me that. That's mainly me. So yeah, I'm kind of boring. I don't really have a hobby. I'm very task oriented. I feel like I just like to accomplish things and then just do fun random stuff. I don't know. I'm not like a master at anything that I do. Then something else somebody asked is what made me do a blog or a vlog, a YouTube channel. And I actually talk about this in one of my videos. I think it's called Have I Lost My Identity? I think it's called that. And I love that video because I just feel like it speaks to so many women, especially moms. The first year and a half of motherhood, and as you add to the bunch before the first one's even 2, you know, you just feel like you're just constantly being a mom and you just don't have any time for yourself. You don't remember anything you used to do or like to do before kids. You don't know what music you like. It's just such an odd season because it truly, truly is dying to yourself constantly, and it's hard. So yeah, so it's on there, but really I was just feeling like I don't do anything. You know, I was crying to Hector and telling him like I want to do something other than be a mom all day and be a wife all day, and you know, praise the Lord for that identity. I will take it and flaunt it forever and hold it with pride. It is my calling and what my dream come true, but I'm still me and I still want to do something that I like to do. And so that's how the whole conversation came up. And the result of that somehow randomly ended up in a YouTube channel. I was like, I want to talk to women about the things I've learned and just like share stuff. And randomly it became a YouTube channel. And I've been doing it ever since. This December is 4 years. I can't even believe that. So, and I mean, I remember specifically praying, Lord, I'm going to do this, and I want this to be a ministry. I want it to be a ministry to women. Yes, proclaiming the gospel, and also in everyday practical life, day-to-day life. And it has been. The Lord has been so kind. I get messages all the time from people that share their hearts with me, that allow me the privilege to speak into their lives, allow me the privilege to counsel and suggest things, and just tell me how their marriage is stronger, or how they came back to the Lord, or how they, because of a video they watched, said, maybe I will continue that conversation with that coworker that's trying to share the gospel with me. It's just so amazing. And people have come to the Lord, not through my video that I know of, but my video has redirected them back to someone who has been sharing the gospel with them, and they've gone back and spoken to that person, and that person has shared the gospel with them again. So my video has kind of worked as a catalyst to like get them back. So it's just so cool how God has used my videos, and sometimes it's the most random video ever that isn't necessarily gospel centered, and people will be like, that just hit what I need, that just gave me what I needed. So I'm just so thankful that God has answered my prayer in that way. And it is very encouraging and very humbling. And, you know, I was telling somebody, maybe it was one of the Q&A answers, hardest time of my marriage. Yeah, the hardest time of my marriage, sorry, I'm talking so fast. The hardest time in my marriage was during my channel. And how good the Lord is that even though I wasn't falling apart, but even though I was struggling and having a hard season in my marriage, I didn't shut off my ministry. You know, I can still come and share God's truth, which is constant and perfect and will never fail, even though I am failing miserably, and even though I am totally falling apart over here and need him desperately, I can still speak the truth. And it's not my words or my example or my life that are helping people, it's God's truth that's helping people. So no matter where you are in your life, if you're going through a hard season or an easy season, you need to still proclaim the truth, and the Lord is going to use his word to penetrate hearts, soften hearts, and reach hearts and change hearts. So, you know, I could have easily said, you know what, this is a really hard season in my life, I'm not doing videos anymore, and just cut it off. But I didn't, and that is by God's grace alone, because I don't even think I realized during the hard season that I was in a hard season, or the hardest season. Like now looking back, I'm like, wow, that was the hardest season of my marriage. And it just had a lot to do with being sanctified after children, having 2 little kids. It's just a hard season. So anyway, that's 2 questions. Took me 8 minutes to answer 2 questions. Goodness gracious.